Hello everyone, this is Landon from Design Visionaries, and in this video I just would like to talk about some of the other uses for CAD that I've found that I personally use. I do draw comics on the side as a hobby kind of thing, and these days, there's these huge libraries of like 3D models. I personally enjoy using Clip Studio. Sometimes I use Procreate for drawing. And um, one of the nice things is I could go in and grab a model for like a background object like this and put it into the program, and it will generate the line art. However, I've noticed some of these drawing tools, they don't have that capability to bring in 3D, or the line art they do generate doesn't look all that great. And so, the nice thing about CAD systems is you can do architecture like this fairly easily. It doesn't take much. It's just built off of sketching and extruding and, doing blends and stuff. There's a little, bit more fairly complex stuff, but for the most part, general geometry like this even is relatively simple to do. So I have another window up. This is actually air casting my iPad. And, say I want to bring this building that I have here into my iPad, and I want to do it as a background for a scene. I could spend the time drawing this manually, but, if I'm going to build a model, I might as well use it, and get the line art. So, this particular CAD system we use often at work is NX. If you're interested in CAD, there's another company who does a CAD program. It's called Onshape. They do free. They have a free program. The free one gives you pretty much access to all the commands and stuff that are available in it. The only caveat here is that everything you make will be public for anyone else to get. So if you don't mind sharing your models with everyone else, then go for it. But I mean, it's pretty amazing for a free CAD system. They have let me just make something really quick. We'll just call it building. I'm just gonna throw something together real fast. All right, and it's browser based. You don't have to download anything. It's all in the browser. So the nice thing about CAD is it's pretty universal across CAD systems. You develop stuff the same exact way in other CAD systems for the most part as you would any other CAD. So in this case, you have like 3 planes here, and everything should generally start with a sketch. Some CAD systems let you just drop down a primitive like a block or something, and you can build off of it. But for the most part, you're going to want to do a sketch first. So, I would say I want to sketch on this top plane because I'm making a building. And then what you would do is you go into the sketch here, and then you can start drawing stuff. So let me close that. I think I actually have to activate it, and I want to draw a rectangular shape and maybe another one over here, and that would be like a building, for instance, right? So I check that, and you'll see I have these 2 rectangles, and then we're going to look for extrude. So extrude is pretty much a feature you're going to see in SolidWorks, you can see in NX, Pro E, all the different CAD systems that are out there, even this one. So that's kind of what gives your sketch your depth. You could revolve if you're making some circular thing, but for the most part, you're going to hit extrude, and it's going to ask you, what are your curves. So there you are. You're going to pull it up. I think this is similar to even Google SketchUp works in a very similar fashion. So you're just basically going to draw a shape, and then you're going to extrude it upward or whichever direction you're going. There's little options like chamfer, so you can take the corners and put like ends on it like that, and basically you can go through and then you can start adding your windows, because then you can sketch off of the model that you created. So if I wanted to make like a window or something, I could do so, and then you would just simply extrude the window, and then instead of pulling it out, you'd probably want to push it in and do a subtraction. So we want to say remove instead of add on this one. Other ones, it's a little different. it might say subtract instead of remove. But generally it's a Boolean operation. It's either, you know, add or remove. There is an intersect where it takes the whatever's, you know, intersecting between this block and this extrude and gives you that, but it removes everything else. So there's a few cases where you may want that. But anyway, yeah, as you can see, I just put a little window in. So it's relatively quick and easy to make geometry in this. I haven't actually got a chance to play with some of the drawing capabilities in this, so that's something I have to look at, and we'll come back to that in just a moment. But I'm going to flip over to this one, not that one, this one. And I'm kind of going to show you what I would do if I had access to a CAD system, if I was using something other than Clip Studio or even Clip Studio. I'm not exactly happy with some of the line creation that happens in that. So from any CAD system, they usually have a drawing application. So this is for when you would send a part over to a manufacturer. But in our case, we're going to use it for an entirely different purpose. We're going to use it so that we can generate line art of this building that we can import into a drawing program and then paint the background. And this sometimes is useful if you have a product, even outside of the realm of comics. You have a product, you know, you just want a nice like rendered view of it. Maybe you don't want the 3D, like use the Ray Trace Studio or some render. Maybe you just want it painted, like more artsy. You could still do that with this. So I'm just gonna make it a little quick sheet, and this is basically like a paper. Okay, there it is. And it's blank right now. You have to actually add the model in. So what it does is you have to add the model in and pick a view. So it's very similar to Clip Studio. So let's say it's isometric. You can hit this little orient tool and I can adjust it and whatnot. So if I want the building to be like this in the scene somewhere, I can hit that. And then I'm going to change the ratio so it's not being cut off so badly. There we go. So let's just put this like right here and let that think for a second. And there you go. We have the line art. Now you'll see some little things we might not want, like these center lines. There's options so that they don't show up. I have them on right now because I do actually use this for work in CAD, but on the side, you know, this is like a really handy thing. So I may have to go through and remove some of these little center lines from these, but I'm not going to do all of them because it would take too long. But there are some things I want to adjust, like I noticed that the seam along this this roof isn't really showing here, so there's some little options you can do. So we'll go into settings, and first and foremost, I actually do want to use perspective mode. Mainly because I want it to look like have a little more depth and not be so orthographic. So there's that. And then I think you go into visible, maybe it's virtual intersections perhaps. I believe, I don't think I have to worry about color because it's set to be black and white, but let me see. Incompatible with perspective. Oh, okay, let's try this. Process, show hidden. There should be a self-intersecting option somewhere. Oh, maybe this is it. Process interfering. Display interference curves. I believe that was the one I was looking for. Let's see if that should show. There it is. Now you can see the edge along here. I don't think this is united. That's probably why it wasn't showing it. So if it intersects, but it's not like united to the part, it might not show it. So there's that. And then I think lastly, no, I think that's probably good. There are some like line options, but usually what you do is you want to like set it for when you're exporting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to export this drawing here. You can export as a PDF. Some programs will let you pull that in. Otherwise, you can try to export an image, but you have to turn up the resolution really high. Otherwise, this might come out a little pixelated. I generally like PDF because it does some pretty good job anti-aliasing it, and it's vectored. I believe Clip Studio even opens PDFs. So I want to go down to the settings here. I think it's in properties here and widths, and we're going to go custom widths. I'm going to go in here and change it. And what I want to do is I want to make these lines pretty thin, because when they're too thick, some of the detail here gets removed, and we don't need them really thick because we're going to be painting over it. And if anything, we might want to color the lines too, so that eventually they kind of blend in and you see more of the painted building effect and not so much, you know, just line art. So we're just going to make sure that those are set small. And there's some other stuff, but down here is the real important one. So we want to set the image resolution to be high. We definitely want high definition. I believe these come out vectored anyway, but you know, I'm going to get ahead and hit OK. Oh, actually, let me save that somewhere. Let me find a nice spot for it. So I have some stuff in my pictures here. Let's just do that. Okay, we're going to send and hit OK and do that. We'll export PDF. Now, I believe I can insert a PDF into Procreate. I haven't actually tried it, because if not, I'll just pull up Clip Studio and do it. But if I go here, not that one, here, and actually let me send that over real quick. Let me do a transfer. Where did I save that? I think I saved it in pictures. PDF. Oh, I should have saved it on a more empty folder. Here we go. Let me just drag that over here, save that. Okay, let me just pull that up real quick. Here we are. Share. Save the files. And I'll put that in my Procreate folder here. Save. Okay. All right, let me switch the screen here back to my iPad. So, whoops, I hit the wrong one. Let's see. Okay, done. So we're gonna go here and try to add that. So we'll go insert file on my iPad, Procreate, and I'm gonna see if it even allows PDFs. I don't even know where it went. Where did I save that? I guess it doesn't like it. Okay, well then in that case, let's load up Clip Studio. I'll pull it in there just so you can at least see it. I would have liked to do it in Procreate, but I would have had to save it as an image, and I don't want to go back and have to do that again. So we'll do it here first. So let's just go draw. We'll make a new. Sure. So more or less, you know, drawing application. Doesn't matter which one you use. If it can import PDFs, that's great. If not, just save it as an image. It's fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to import an image maybe. I know that it can do it on the computer. You'll have to bear with me for a second. I hadn't actually tried this on the iPad to do this, but it doesn't look like it likes that one either. I think I can just do a file open, and it should work. Importing doesn't really seem to, there it is. So I know that you can do, it opens PDFs. So this will just make a new, yeah, that's fine. And we want to turn up the DPI so it's got good resolution. Okay. And that'll import that in. And I believe this is all vectored, so let's just get into this. Here it is. So here is our thing. Even turning down the line, it's still pretty thick. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these should all be vectored. Let me just check the layers here. Oh no, it's not. I must have hit the wrong option when I imported it. Let me do this again. Oops. Don't save. Okay, let's go open. I think there was a vectored option. I just missed it. Let's see here. Give me one moment. Open. I think I didn't check it here. Management file. Okay. Yes. Oh, I'll just call it 2 or something. Import annotations is 300. Maybe it's only on the computer, huh? All right, interesting. That's okay. Fact of the matter is, we have the line art, even if it's on here. Clip Studio has plenty of tools I can use. So I mean, I can just go like this and select this whole area here and remove like the white if I want to. Though it does take a moment because it's a really big image. So if I wanted to do that, see, I can just easily remove some of the background here. Just select some of the stuff. Okay, this is set to additive selection. So actually, I think that might be the only one I had to select. There we go. Oops. I'd give it a sec. iPad Clip Studio is a bit slower than the PC one. Okay, so there we go. I mean, I could bring this model in the Clip Studio, but you know, it hangs pretty bad on the iPad. It works better on the PC, but not everybody's using PC. Sometimes you don't even have access to Clip Studio. You might only have access to this. Let's see here, and then maybe I just want to copy it over, and I could actually copy it in a Procreate. So I could just draw this and do a copy, and then I could just make new from clipboard, I think, provided that my clipboard's big enough to hold that. Let me just see. Okay, so if I go back to here, let's get out of this, and I think I can go, yes, allow paste, right here. Here it is. There it is. So now I have it in Clip Studio. So I think Clip Studio has like some render or memory limits on size, so I may have to go resize this real quick. Let me just see how many. Yeah, it already says too large. So we're gonna resample the canvas. Oops. Let's do this and resample and drop the resolution down. Let's just make it a 4K one and go done. There we go. So now I have this building, and now I can actually paint over it. So I could actually clip it to this, you know, building if I wanted to, and start painting in the various places and whatnot. I think if I go, there we go. I'm just gonna grab a brush of whatever, just to kind of show you that. So see, I can draw in, and it only fills in the building part. So you know, it's, and then probably want to set it to multiply so it's not like removing the black. There we go. So yeah, you know, you can just go to town on that, and it's really handy to use CAD. I do personally like the line art. Does a better job than Clip Studio. I could try bringing this into Clip Studio. I might actually have it already. Let me see, and I can show you the difference here. Provided it doesn't crash Clip Studio trying to bring in the building model. It'll work fine on the computer, but doing it on the iPad, depending on what model you have, it's a little bit laggy. So if we go import, well actually I think I have to make a canvas first. Whoops. Okay, we'll go file, import, and we want 3D data, and I don't even remember where it might be. I might have saved it in my Clip Studio folder. Let's see, what's this? No, that's just the could be my downloads. Well, here's one. I think this might be it. No. There we go. Yep, this is it. So here it is. And Clip Studio does have some nice controls. I guess I didn't make this too complex, so it's not running too slow in this. Let me just zoom it in. So here's the same building again. And then in Clip Studio, you can actually do a little thing here to convert it to line art. So you want to go to extract line, and it has some other stuff you can do. So we'll just go ahead and hit OK so you can see what it looks like. Whoops. All right, so there it is. It does this tone work. I'll have to turn that off. Let's see, there it is. Yeah, so as you can see, you know, I could probably make this vector and try to clean it up a little more, but it comes in really gnarly and it doesn't look all that great versus, you know, how it came. You look at this building, how Clip Studio took the model, and it's just like, ugh. And that's kind of the struggle. And then you can look, and let me turn off some of this shading. You can see that looks so much clearer. Because, you know, in a comic, they're probably only going to see about this far away. That looks really good, you know, versus, you know, what they're going to see on here. And I'm not trying to like bash Clip Studio or anything, and it's nice that they have this program, but, you know, the problem is that it doesn't give me the quality I'm looking for. And that's why I'm kind of wanting to show that, you know, in whatever CAD system you're using, whether it be NX or you want to do something on Onshape, which is nice, you can easily create the model and then go to the drawing application. So I have to see if they have one here on Onshape. That would be interesting because this is the only really good free one that I've come across. I know they have the capability to do like all the various things that CAD can do. I just haven't had the experience, you know, getting in here and checking it. But either case, even if you just need a model for your, if you are using Clip and you don't mind the conversion thing, this is a good place to build models without having to like buy some expensive CAD program. Unfortunately, I don't know my way around this tool enough to demonstrate how to go to the drawing application. Otherwise I would. But if you're using any other, or if you have access to any other CAD model, whether it be, or CAD program, whether, you know, you're in college or whatnot, they all certainly have a drawing application in them where you can put your model down and have it convert to line art. And some of them do a really amazing job. I know that SolidWorks does an amazing job. NX does a really good job, and some might actually have more options than others. So it just really depends on, you know, which program you want to use, or if you don't mind and you just want the model and you can't find one, you know, in the store or online, you can just simply make it here. Just draw it up, create it, export it, and you're good to go. And again, this is Landon Ritchie, and this was a little video on you know, the whole how to take advantage of CAD systems to do some cool background buildings for your comics and artwork. Thank you very much, and please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that, and check us out for more tips and tricks, and I'll probably do a little more of this down the road, so please keep on the lookout for that.